Let's do it. Welcome to the room, guys. Not here right now, obviously. Self high five. Level Up Show, guys. All right, this is a little special We Love Game Devs episode of the Level Up Show. Thanks everybody that's already in here. We got 8 guys in here: VTech, Dark Assassin, Noesi Guard, Warrior in White, and more. There's a few others in there as well. So thanks for being in here, guys. VTech right now says getting the Wii U once the new Zelda comes out. I'll be very tempted as well. The new Zelda looked gorgeous from what we saw at E3. It was just a little bit of a glimpse at it, but it did look wonderful. It's a little bit of a mix of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, I guess you could say. It's not quite Skyward Sword levels of cel shaded, and it's also not quite Wind Waker levels, but it still has that kind of bright, cartoony feel to it. I think it looks really pretty though. That vibe works for Zelda, in my opinion. I actually thought that Twilight Princess was a little too dark. Wind Waker, I mean, since Ocarina of Time came out, I think Wind Waker was my favorite by far. I'm also a big fan of Link to the Past. Dark Assassin says that, boy, all 4 of those devs are stellar. Thank you, Dill Pickle, for voting for Naughty Dog. That's who I would vote for as well. But guys, welcome to a special We Love Game Devs episode of the Level Up Show. We'll be talking about our favorite games, our favorite devs for the next hour or so, because this week has been kind of discouraging for the industry. First off, we had some layoffs. We had layoffs at Sucker Punch. That has been happening a lot in the last couple of years, and it's really disappointing. It's even more disappointing because it seems like this kind of thing happens at the end of development of a game. It's just like they bring in a lot of people to like fill out the studio when they're hard at work on, Second Son and First Light, and then once those games finish development, which it seems like has happened on First Light, suddenly we find out that they laid off a bunch of people. Not everybody, there were some layoffs at Sucker Punch, and I don't like that style. You shouldn't be hiring people just to fire them when you're done with a project. That doesn't make sense, and I don't know for sure that that's what happened, but I hope it's not. And then the big deal this week is that there was a whole kind of anti-fem thing going on in the industry this week, because it came out recently that a certain female game developer that people are saying, sleeping around with games journalists, which is her prerogative. It shouldn't be public knowledge in the first place who she slept with. But once it came out there, it started becoming this big thing where it's like, okay, she's sleeping with these guys for, review scores. Is this something that happens? Is it prevalent in the industry? Which is just absolutely ridiculous to turn it into something like that. So once that thing went on, this woman was just getting hate tweets and just being bombarded online by bullies, and it was terrible. So Phil Fish, the developer of Fez, kind of came to her defense. And then what happened is a certain anonymous hacker organization targeted Phil Fish for his defense of this woman and SJW game devs and stuff like that. And now Phil Fish has been hacked, and Polytron, his developer, has been hacked to the point that all of his personal information is now online. It's terrible. I'm not going to link it at all. It shouldn't even be on there in the first place. But all of his information is out there: his social security number, his bank information, his address, his phone number. Everything is now public on the internet, and it's going to be terrible for him. I don't know when he's going to recover from this. And it's not even just him, it's Polytron in general. Polytron's, all of its password information has been leaked online. The PayPal information for Polytron is now online, and it turns out that Phil Fish is even trying to sell the company now and is officially done with the games industry. He even put out a certain message on Twitter to other game devs, which is just so depressing. I'll read it off for you guys real quick if I can find it. Hold on one moment, see if I can find it. Here we go. It's on IGN here. This is what Phil Fish said on his Twitter account. This is video games. This is what I get. This is unacceptable. This is not okay. Terrorist. Never again, do you hear me? Never again. This is video games. This is your audience. To every aspiring game developer out there, don't. Give up. It's not worth it. Nothing is worth this. Give up on your dreams. They are actually nightmares. Just don't do it. Run away. And this is just so depressing. So depressing because there's this vocal minority of trolls and hackers and just terrible, just like psychos, pretty much, I gotta say. Just complete psychos on the internet that bombard these people with cyberbullying. And it's, Phil Fish asked for some of this. He was never a really pleasant guy on the internet, and he was very immature in some of the message he put out there, but nobody deserves what is happening to him right now. And the same with the female developer that, has all of her sexual exploits leaked onto the internet. She doesn't deserve it either. And I think this is probably scaring a lot of game devs. I saw one tweet saying that all game devs woke up this morning a little bit more scared of the people that they develop for. And that's us. And we're the problem here. Not all of us in general, obviously. It's obviously still a vocal minority, but it's terrible because this industry, the gaming industry, is the only one where you see this so prevalent. This cyberbullying, the hacking, the self-entitlement. It's just ridiculous. We are so immature in an industry that is trying to mature. And it's so discouraging to see that we have certain developers like Hideo Kojima and Team Ico and Naughty Dog trying to push this industry forward and into more mature territory with artistic direction and stories that are trying to give messages. It's so disappointing to see that the audience that they're targeting, not in total, but partially, is just so terrible and immature. Nobody deserves this kind of treatment. It's just, and that's why I'm here, because we need to let game devs know that we love the work that they do. We appreciate what they do, and for a lot of us, it helps us. It helps us through tough times. There are many people, and I'm sure some of you guys in the chat room, you might have had a tough time in your life, and a game helps you through that time, even if it was an escape, which a lot of people may not think is a good thing, but sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need an escape from something terrible in your life, and Naughty Dog's games and Nintendo's games and Bungie's games and BioWare's games, sometimes they give us that. And we need to push aside this vocal minority that is terrible and bullying and hacking, and we need to help game devs realize that for the majority, we love them. We love game devs. Hashtag it on Twitter, guys. Let the game dev know, especially the ones that you specifically love. Let them know that you love them. Let them know that you appreciate their work, that they are working hard for a reason. We're not all bad. We aren't. We got a lot of people voting for Naughty Dog in the poll here. That's who I would vote for as well. So, guys, New Guard, I'm preaching, I know, but I also want to hear you guys what you guys think about this just kind of disaster this week that happened in the games industry and on the internet in general. What do you have to say about it? I mean, I hope none of you guys in here are hackers or bullies or trolls. You got to remember the person behind the account. It's just you can think that all this stuff, all these viral things that get out there that are terrorizing people, you might think it's funny, but you have to remember the person that's behind all this, and it ruins their life. I mean, Phil Fish, I honestly, I'm terrified. I'm so scared that he might commit suicide. That sounds so terrible to say, but I remember when I was watching Indie Game the movie, he even said on that if he were to never finish Fez, if the trolls and stuff were to win and beat him down to the point where he didn't finish the game, he said he would have committed suicide, and that was so scary to hear. And now with what's happened recently with Phil Fish, this scares me even more, because that would be a disaster to the industry, and it would really make us look like bullies, more so than we even look right now. It would make us look really, really terrible, that we would push somebody to harm themselves potentially. It's really scary. Tanimal, I'm talking about Phil Fish and him being hacked over the past couple days because of his defense of another developer. He was coming to the defense of a female developer, and because of that, a certain organization, a hacking organization, hacked him, released all of his information online, social security, address, phone number, bank information, everything onto the internet for people to find, and it's terrible, and he's officially selling Polytron, the studio that he created. Warrior in White says, I think especially with Phil Fish's case, he has a hard time dealing with pressure. He does. It's unfortunate. The guy doesn't really ignore trolls and bullies, and that sometimes kind of brings them out in force. You know, someone else probably would have handled it better than him. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he handled the situation very well when Fez was releasing, when he was developing Fez 2. But that doesn't mean he deserves any of what he got. Nobody deserves what Phil Fish has had to suffer over the last couple of years. Another one is the developer of Braid. He has had to suffer a lot of torment. It's not fair. These indie devs especially do not deserve this. You know, a lot of people get on PR and they think it's terrible, but I think this is one of those situations where we need it. We need that barrier between these indie devs and us. We need a PR group helping to filter out these messages and stuff like that, because having direct communication with indie devs, human, you know what? Because they are human, they make mistakes, it fuels the fires of these trolls, and it's terrible. Warrior in White says, but you're right, if anything happened to Phil Fish, the gaming community would be highly frowned upon. It's the truth. I've never seen anything like this in any other industry. You know, in the film industry, you have certain things, like for instance, you might have phones hacked and nude pictures of certain actresses leaked online. That's bad enough. I mean, that can ruin a life. This is, I think, taking it to a whole other level, though. This is just so much more terrible than anything else that happens in other industries. And the worst part is it happens kind of often in the gaming industry with like the Adam Orth controversy and all those kind of things. It's just terrible. Dark Assassin says, just look at the reaction to the exclusive deal for Microsoft with Rise of the Tomb Raider. People were issuing death threats to the dev. Yes, exactly. And I'm sure death threats happen a lot in all different kinds of media, but I have to believe, to be honest, that it's more prevalent in video game industry than anywhere else. I don't know if that's because of the demographic, the age group of the demographic, but we know for the most part that the top demographics within gaming are adult males, and then I think right after that adult female, and then teenage male after that. So maybe that has some part to do with it. Herna says, all I know is I want some juice. Yes, I've got juice here, and my throat is getting dry from this rant. So let me drink some. Warrior in White says, the Tomb Raider debacle was completely cringeworthy. It's so sad. For a timed exclusive, no less. I don't think Microsoft handled that situation the right way. I don't think Crystal Dynamics handled that situation the right way. I hate the secrecy behind timed exclusive. It's obviously it's very secretive and manipulative, and it's not fair. But again, it's just ridiculous for the people to react the way that they did with death threats and all those kind of things. If you want to not buy the game, don't buy the game. Boycott it all you want. There's nothing wrong with that. But to get so up in the face of these developers, to issue them death threats, to go on their Twitter and stuff like that and personally insult them, it's just not right. It's the greater internet fuckwad theory at work. Yes, anonymity. You know, it just brings out the worst in people. It really does. To be honest with you, it seems like even without the anonymity, though, the internet just breeds morons and terrible, terrible people. Microsoft did say it was a full exclusive at first, though. Exactly, Warrior in White. That was what was kind of very frustrating about that announcement, is that they flat out kind of lied about it, or twisted words to make it seem like it was more exclusive than it was. It was very deceptive, and that's why people got so upset. More upset than they had the right to, but yeah. Guys, I'm going to open up Skype. How about that? And we can take some calls. Hold on one moment. Let me get the Skype lines open. There you go. Skype is now live. If you would like to call in, please do. I will post a Skype ID in the chat room. There it is. We already got a call. Never mind. I think he stopped calling. Anybody who wants to call, please do. We can talk about our love for game developers. They really appreciate our love this week. I'm going to say right now that my favorite game developer is Naughty Dog. I love entire series of games. I love Jak and Daxter. I love Crash Bandicoot. Obviously, I really love Uncharted, and I love The Last of Us. I think they are kind of just unstoppable in the games industry. None of their games have really failed me. I've enjoyed every single one of them. Even Jak 2. I know a lot of people get on Jak 2, but I love Jak 2 as well. It's hard, but I really like it. Deception is jacked, but no excuse for ignorant behavior, says Mr. Wombat. Completely agree with you there, man. Skyborn voted for Nintendo. Yeah, you know what? I haven't had a Nintendo console in quite a long time. I played the Wii. I borrowed a Wii to play Skyward Sword. I had a Super Nintendo. I had a Nintendo 64. I had a GameCube. Kind of stopped after that, though. But my childhood is just filled with memories of Nintendo. Filled with memories of Metroid and Zelda and Star Fox and Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy and Super Mario, RPG, World, all of them. I love all of the old school Nintendo games. A lot of fun. Polaris Rider says stop. I don't know why. Ghost Games. MS and Sony both have lied. Good for business tactics. Very true, Ghost Games. It's just very frustrating for us, but as I think Wombat said, it gives us no excuse for ignorant behavior and cyberbullying and stuff like that. That is just uncalled for and should never happen. Let's go to Bungie, a developer that I'm finally getting acquainted with because I get to play Destiny. I've never really had an Xbox for more than a couple of weeks, and I enjoyed the Halo series when I got to play it. But now I get to play Destiny in just a few weeks, and I'm so excited to get into this developer and have a part in their community and all that kind of stuff. I know that they're very friendly with their community. Their social activity and stuff like that is just kind of above everybody else. They really know what to do there. So I'm really excited to become acquainted with Bungie. War Daddy says, "Could you shut up long enough to blow me?" No, I cannot, War Daddy. Skyborn 22. Very hard to choose between Naughty Dog and Nintendo. Yeah, I know. I mean, Nintendo's been around for such a long time that I could see them being a favorite on this poll for sure. Ghost Games voting for Naughty Dog. Kind of surprising. Have you owned a PlayStation console, Ghost Games? I thought you were more of a Microsoft guy. Itrack, I can't wait for DayZ on PS4. Devs are going to have a lot of work. Yeah, I wonder how far away DayZ is, because they didn't show any footage at Gamescom, which was kind of surprising. I would think that with how far along it probably is and how long it's been on PC and alpha and all that kind of stuff, I would think they would have had something to show. So I was a little surprised that there was nothing there at Gamescom for DayZ. I hope it's sooner rather than later. You called me on Skype, the Punisher? I didn't see anything. Let's see. I'm getting it right now, though. Hey, Joel, how you doing, man? Joel, can you hear me? We're trying to get the call back, it says. I must have a bad connection with you, Joel, or you have a bad connection with me. Hello from Ireland, says Dean Lynch. Welcome, man. Really appreciate you being here. This is what happens when I'm streaming at a different time of day. I get some people from all over the world, and that's really cool. Really appreciate you coming in from Ireland. Here we go. We might have a connection.
Hello?
Hey, how you doing, man? Can you hear me?
Hello?
Joel, can you hear me?
Oh, now I can.
Okay, there we go. For some reason, we were having trouble forming a connection there, but now I got you. We're talking about our love for game devs right now. We really need to show our appreciation at the end of this week. What do you have to say, Joel?
Well, to be honest, I love Naughty Dog games. Bungie, I never felt too much on it. Like, I never played too much on Halo. I had, when I was growing up, when I was a teenager, when my friends had it, but I was not too crazy on Halo. But with Destiny, I love it. What's kind of funny when you're talking about this topic, because I work at Fry's Electronics, and I live in California.
Okay.
And I was helping this lady, and I saw her liner. It says Destiny. I was like, oh, that's cool. And I was helping. I go, you really got a chance to work with Destiny, huh? She was like, yeah. She don't want to give out too much because she is part of the team working in the game. So I told her how I appreciate their job, and that I love that the beta was great. I didn't get a chance with alpha, but I did with the beta because I pre-ordered the game. So I told her I love the game. It's beautiful. I told her that hopefully, once the game comes out, hopefully, when you mentioned about earlier about hackers, because on the beta, there's a couple of guys using hacking and trying to use overpower on their level.
Yep.
So of the upscales for their for their suit and weapons and all. But she was like, oh yeah. She goes, thanks for letting me know about that. I was like, yeah, I just want to let you know. And she was happy that I told her, like, tell the whole team they did a good job on the game. I can't wait for it, and I do appreciate these people that do their jobs. And for people complaining, to be honest with you, I always loved first-person shooter games since PC. When I was like 7 years old, I was playing Duke Nukem, Doom, Wolfenstein, and all that stuff. But the only thing I'm saying is first-person shooters are kind of going downhill is because a lot of these kids are into Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Call of Duty, again, Call of Duty is kind of whack for me now, but all these other games are out pretty cool that are not, multiplayer. So, like, for instance, like Metro Last Light and 2033 is a great game.
Yeah.
But, these developers, they do deserve a good job, and people need to notice that their games are awesome,
Yeah. Joel, I mean, right off the bat, I just want to say that's a great thing that you did, and more people need to do stuff like that. You had an opportunity to do it personally, face-to-face, which is amazing, but even without that, guys, we all should be taking the opportunity to thank these developers for what they do and the work that they put in, the long hours and all-nighters and stuff that they do for sometimes years at a time to deliver these really personal experiences to us. And we really enjoy their games for the most part, and the ones that you specifically enjoy, whether it's from Naughty Dog or Nintendo or Bungie or BioWare, they deserve your feedback and your love and your appreciation, because they probably don't get enough of it, to be honest. This week we saw that more often than not, they get hatred and bullying and self-entitlement, and it's just not fair. They deserve more than that. So Joel, I think that's really great that you did that, man.
Oh, thanks.
All right, Joel. Thanks for calling in, man.
Oh, you're welcome.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Joel, for calling in. Anybody else who wants to call in, please do. Talk about maybe a certain situation where you thanked a developer, or talk about a developer that you want to thank. But guys, tweet on Twitter with welovegamedevs, maybe at a specific game dev that you really appreciate, because that's what we're doing right now. We're showing our love for developers. Developers are human too. They make mistakes. Exactly. Phil Fish is a perfect example of that. He made mistakes. He said things he shouldn't have said, but he doesn't deserve what came. All the hatred and the bullying and the death threats and the hacking. It's not fair. Nobody deserves that. Thank you for the friend request from Super something. I couldn't see your name. I'm going to go on the PlayStation app now and check out my friend requests. I see a lot of guys in here. I saw someone from Germany, someone from Poland. Thank you so much for coming in, guys. Really appreciate it. VTech says, Naughty Dog, Nintendo, and Kojima Productions are my favorites. Very cool. Love Metal Gear Solid. And obviously, I love Naughty Dog. That would be my choice on the poll. I would like to thank my wife for developing our child. Roadster, I'm sure your wife would really appreciate that. Guys, maybe we can get Can we get 2 polls going? I doubt it. So, but you know what? Let's check the poll here. I think we've waited long enough. Here we go, guys. This is what you guys voted. Your favorite developer of that list is Naughty Dog with 56%, followed by Nintendo with 20%, then BioWare, then Bungie. So really cool, guys. You guys think Naughty Dog is the best developer on that list. There's plenty of other great ones out there. If you guys want to switch the poll, just let me know. I can change it to something else for you guys. Hello von Deutschland. How do you say that? I don't know how to say that. Deutschland? Is that just Deutschland? I don't know. LucasArts, 90s LucasArts specifically. Definitely. Monkey Island. They worked on Grim Fandango back then, didn't they? Wasn't that all LucasArts, all those Tim Schafer games back in the day? I think so. Hello from Winnipeg, Canada. Getting a lot of different people in here, a lot of new people. Very cool. Noisy Garden wants me to switch the poll. What would you like me to switch the poll to? Somebody give me a great question. I can do like a genre-specific thing, maybe like favorite first-person shooter, favorite RPG, something along those lines. Ratchet says Naughty Dog is the best anyway. Very cool. A lot of people love Naughty Dog in here. That's fine. I love Naughty Dog as well. Guys, feel free to call in. Once again, it is Skype, spelled exactly how it sounds. In the chat room, you'll see it. Also, all of my information is here on the television. We have a full cast here on Sundays at 10 p.m. So Eastern time. So watch us on Sundays. Favorite PS4 game and also favorite RPG. All right, let's do some favorite RPG. Let's do favorite RPG series. How about that? Favorite RPG series. So let's go with, the obvious would be Final Fantasy. So we'll go with Final Fantasy. We'll go with Kingdom Hearts. This is tough because do I go with Japanese or Western? Let's go with Elder Scrolls. I'm not going to include Mass Effect. I'm going to tell you right now, just because I feel like Mass Effect is like a first-person shoot, a third-person shooter RPG that's a little bit different. Daryl's calling in. Take this call from Daryl. Hey, Daryl.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man, could you hold on 1 second? I'm just filling out this poll.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
I'm just going to finish it off with another RPG. I've got Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Elder Scrolls. What do you think, man? What should be the last option in this poll?
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe the Chrono series, Star Ocean, Persona. Let's do Persona. Another great series there. I know this is mostly Japanese guys, RPGs, but those are my favorite, so... Alright, there you go, guys. What is your favorite RPG series? Is it Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Elder Scrolls, or Persona? I know most of those are Japanese. Sorry if you don't like Japanese RPGs. But Daryl, welcome to the Level Up Show, man. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, no, I just, you were saying you were surprised that I voted Naughty Dog. When I had a PS3, I loved it. You know, I loved the PS3.
Nice. What was your favorite Naughty Dog series across their entire, catalog? Do you have one?
Probably Uncharted.
Uncharted, yeah. It's just Pulp Action Adventures is so cool, and The Last of Us is awesome. See the Punisher, thank you for calling in. But yeah, The Last of Us is awesome. But the thing about Uncharted is that it kind of reaches a wider demographic because it has a lighthearted nature to it. It's fun. Mm-hmm. It's comical in ways. It's outrageous. So I think Uncharted is a good choice.
Yeah. Honestly, the whole Tomb Raider thing, people are complaining about that, and I'm just sitting here thinking, well, I'd rather have Uncharted.
Oh, you know what? We will have Uncharted right around that time. That's what's kind of funny about it. And we have to wonder if maybe that was a part of Crystal Dynamics' decision to take Microsoft's money and do like a 6 months exclusivity. Maybe they just want to dodge Uncharted on PS4 and then have it come out 6 months later by itself in the summer of 2016, so it has its own little time period on PS4, and I think that might actually be a smart idea.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's why they done it like that maybe, because Microsoft really don't have any games like that specifically for them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's shady. It's shady what they did, it really is. I in a way, I'll be honest with you, I don't even know if I want to buy Tomb Raider just because of that reason. I don't believe in that at all.
You're not the only one, Daryl. You really aren't, and you have to wonder if this kind of backfired on them a little bit.
Yeah, I think it will. I think in the long run, I think it'll, I don't think it's going to be as grand as they think it's going to do.
I think it would have done better if they would have just come out right away and said, okay, 6 months exclusivity. People would have applauded them. It would have been good on you, Microsoft. You put out a little bit of extra cash to get some 6 month exclusivity. But now the entire announcement is tainted by their deception and their manipulation that it makes people upset, and they're almost boycotting it as a result. And it's actually kind of unfortunate for them. It took an announcement that could have been really wonderful for them and turned it into this negative.
Yeah, and the other thing, like I posted in one of the groups when I was in a group. It was it's a group for all the consoles, and they were just going back and forth like just bashing on anything. And I'm just sitting there. I type in, "Speak with your wallets."
Yeah.
If you don't believe in it, don't buy it.
Yeah, I completely agree. That's the right thing to do. It's not, if you don't want a game, don't buy it. Don't go on the internet and bully and antagonize and hack and all those kind of things.
Yeah, it got out of hand.
Speak with your dollar. That's all you got to do. It's fine if you don't want to buy the game. There's nothing wrong with that. You have complete freedom to buy whatever you want, and that's your freedom. I mean, that's exactly what you should do, and that's a good way to tell a developer if you don't like the choices that they've made. A bad way to tell a developer is to go online and bully them.
Yeah, and I just want to say this whole Playroom update is really cool.
I completely agree, man. I'm really having a lot of fun with it. I can't wait for Sunday's episode.
Yeah, I mean, I can see Kristen sit there, kind of messing with, some stuff.
I know, man. She's going to have so much fun with this. We're just going to be doing our thing, and Kristen will be taking over the left and right corner of the screen with all different kind of stuff to entertain you guys. Yeah.
No, I just like the interactions thing. How you put the poll up now and all. That's just great. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, very cool. Well, Daryl, thanks so much for calling in, man. Always a good caller.
No problem.
See you later.
Bye.
Thank you, Daryl, for calling in. Anybody else who wants to, please do. I'll put it in the chat room once again. It is Skype. The Level Up Show is our ID. So please, people should please call into the show. We've got 63 people in here. That is unbelievable. Thank you so much for coming in for just one guy sitting by himself. It's unbelievable that you guys would come in here and watch me talk. So I really appreciate that, guys. You're wonderful. If you guys are enjoying the show, just everything's right here on the TV for you to follow, heart, like, all those different things. Would really appreciate anybody that does that. We'll take another call here from New Essigard. We're connecting. There we go. Peter, how you doing?
I'm good.
Thank you for calling in, man. You're on the Level Up Show. We're talking about our love for game developers right now.
I was actually going to suggest, it's kind of late now, but to switch Persona for the Tales of series.
Yeah, I don't want to reset the poll right now just because it would take away everyone's votes, but that's a good choice. I didn't think of that one.
Yeah, probably favorite developer, especially they were talking about RPGs. Probably Tetsuya Nomura, Square Enix. They put a lot of time and effort into their games. Actually put some meaning behind it.
Yeah. You know what? People gave them a lot of flack for a while, but I have to say their commitment into turning Final Fantasy XIV into the game it should have been should be commended. It really should.
Yes, I can agree with that.
To completely reboot a game and push everything to the side. The reason that they put so much into the Final Fantasy XIII series and delayed Versus 13 and all those other games is because they took so many people off those teams and put them onto the Final Fantasy XIV team because they made a commitment to that game. They said it would be a great game, and they did it. They rebooted it essentially with Final Fantasy XIV 2.0, and it worked. I mean, that is a much better game now. I only played the beta, but everybody that has played it said that it's 100% a better game, so much more to do, and just a much better experience. So
yeah, I also played the beta.
Yeah, so they really deserve to be commended for that. I agree.
Yeah. Do you think we'll be seeing anything on either Kingdom Hearts 3 or Final Fantasy 15 at Tokyo Game Show?
I do, actually. I really do. Final Fantasy 15 has been too long without talk because when it was shown off last E3, Tetsuya Nomura said right then and there that Kingdom Hearts was early in development and we shouldn't expect to see anything, but that we would be getting a consistent update on Final Fantasy 15. And that was in response to Final Fantasy Versus 13 being absent for so long and all of the just the frustration that gamers had over that. So now it's even worse because he promised last E3 that we would get a consistent stream of updates, and they have not delivered on that promise. So I really have to believe that Tokyo Game Show will have something on Final Fantasy 15, and I hope, this is more of a hope, I hope that Kingdom Hearts 3 is there as well.
Yeah, I know. I'm hoping for that game. I actually hope they port, I doubt it, but I hope they would port 1.5 and 2.5 to PS4.
1.5 and 2.5. Oh, you mean the Kingdom Hearts remixes,
yes.
HD. Yeah, man, 100%. I really want 2.5 because Birth by Sleep is the only Kingdom Hearts game that I'm disappointed I haven't played.
It's one of the best ones.
That's what I hear. I hear it's really, really great. And I hear that you need to play it to kind of get the story. So
yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I don't know if I'm going to be forced to get it on PS3 or if I can maybe wait for a possible PS4 version. Yeah, definitely. All right, man. Thanks so much for calling in again.
All right. Thank you for picking up the phone.
No problem. See you, Peter.
All right.
Another great call there. Thank you so much. Guys, anybody who wants to call in, please do. Skype us at The Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds. Our YouTube was just posted in the chat room as well. Please, now that we are at like 50 and all that kind of stuff, go on twitch.tv/The Level Up Show. Heart us. You'll get email notifications whenever The Level Up Show goes live. I'm not the only person in The Level Up Show. On Sundays, we have a cast of 4 people, and we talk for about 2.5 hours about games. You can also go on Twitter and follow The Level Up Show, level spelled LVL. Like us on Facebook. TheLevelUpShow.com is our official website for articles, reviews, and editorials. YouTube.com, we're very active on right now. We archive everything we do on there, and we also break it down into smaller segments, so it's a little bit easier for you to consume. And then I am Drew M1788 on PSN. I have 3 friend requests so far. They were Dutox, Supercrack, and Freelancer. Thank you so much, guys, for your PSN friend requests. I really appreciate those. Getting a lot of talk in the chat room. Let's acknowledge it. So, guys, keep them coming. Seeing a lot of votes as well. A lot of them between Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. Gonna wait a little longer before I show off the results, though. Get a little bit more votes in here. Hopefully we can get to like 50. Let me check how far along we are. We have about 25 votes so far, so I think we should keep waiting until we get around 50 votes. And then I'll show them off for you guys. And also, guys, if you want to call in, please do. If we want to subscribe to YouTube, you can. Elder Scrolls, Final Fantasy, thank you, Roughman, thank you, Akumarma for voting. Craigie Bone, thank you for voting. Thank you, Child of Abaddon, I think, for your friend request. Man, some of these names are so hard to pronounce. Mine's really easy. Mine says Drew M1788. So much easier. Adorade, thank you for coming in, man. Thank you for joining the show. So what is your favorite food, Drew? Buffalo chicken pizza. Love buffalo chicken pizza. Kingdom Hearts, no doubt, says Stretch Ball. Kingdom, if you want to vote Stretch Ball, or Sketch Ball, sorry, you gotta do the interact button. You'll see like the little finger sign. That means that people are using the interact button. That's what you gotta do in order to vote. What do you guys want to talk about right now? You can call in, don't forget. As much as I love Kingdom Hearts, I know Final Fantasy will win the poll. Hey, you'll have to wait and see, No SD Guard. Right now, you might be surprised with the results. Adorade, I am 26. It is not, it's not like a takeaway for Final Fantasy right now. I'll tell you that right now. Keep voting, guys. Once we get to like 50 votes, I will display the results. Cool, the chicken pizza. I like pizza in general. Yeah, I mean, everybody loves pizza, right? But I love buffalo chicken pizza. I'm on my iPhone, so I gotta type. That is what I see. Type act. Thank you, Angry Sniper, for your friend request. Finally, a Persona guy. Mosa Brady, I think you might be like one of the first. That is the first vote for Persona. Thank you for your vote, man. I really like Persona as well. Can we vote twice, says Rain? I don't think that you can. Does or will any of the Level Up Show cast have an Xbox One or even a 360? Mike has a 360 and he will get an Xbox One. Maybe by the end of this year, but I don't want to promise that. We will definitely be getting Xbox Ones when we get the money. Right now we're PS4s just because it helps us to interact with you guys in the stream and all those kind of things. I think somebody might have asked, who am I? Who are you? Says Giddymot. Giddymot, I am Andrew. I am a member of the Level Up Show, just one of 4. Right now I'm by myself because this isn't normal hours for us to stream. But I thought this was a good opportunity to go online and get people together to talk about this We Love Game Devs initiative that's going on Twitter right now. There's been a lot of negativity this week in the gaming industry, a lot of bullying and hacking and all those kind of things, and game devs need our appreciation and our love right now. Thank you, Skyborn, for your friend request. Keep your wits sharp, but your blades sharper. You go and try hard on a Playroom stream. I don't know if that means I'm putting in a lot of effort, but yes. Always trying to put on more shows than we typically do. We're always on Sundays, guys. You can always find us Sundays at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We do a live show every Sunday, and it's like 2.5 hours. We go through all the biggest gaming industry news. We do a topic of the week. We take calls, all different kind of segments we do. Filthy Eskimo says Ultima should be there. If I had more than 4 choices, I would put a ton of RPGs on there. I would have had Tales of on there. I would have had Chrono Series on there. You know, I would have had Mass Effect on there. Ultima, Diablo, a lot of different series could have gone on there. Legitimate Stoner says Elder Scrolls will win hands down. You'll have to wait and see. We're getting close to 50 votes. Do I get paid? No, I don't get paid. At least not in general. Like, I don't get paid to do this. I mean, if you guys wanted to donate, you're welcome to. That's what the stream tip's there for. But we don't like to, like, really push that too hard because you guys are not obligated to donate or anything like that. The only reason we have it there is because we're really trying to improve the show, and we're going to be improving the show big time in the next month or so. I think you guys are going to be surprised with what you see. Sometime in September. It's almost like a reboot of the show for you guys. So I'm not going to tell you when that happens, but I think you guys are going to be pretty impressed. We're putting a lot of work into making the show better. So if you guys want to help with that, you're welcome to go on streamtip.com/t/the Level Up Show. And you can donate whatever you see fit. It could be $1 if you want. That's fine. We appreciate any donation. We really do. For the purposes of me seeing if you guys donate, I will open up my stream tip alerter. That's also our charity for Children's Hospital, if you guys want to do that. How do you do this? You can stream from the Playroom on Twitch. Typically, you have to Ustream. The only reason we're able to do this on Twitch is because we've been doing it for such a long time that Twitch knows that we are a gaming-dedicated talk show. Otherwise, a lot of people get banned from Twitch on the Playroom because it's so often non-gaming related. We stick to gaming almost 95 to 99% of the time, so that's why it seems like Twitch is okay with us being here. Any mods in here from Twitch, thank you so much for keeping us on Twitch. We really appreciate it. Does anyone know if I'm allowed to put Madden 15 videos on YouTube? I don't know. It's not officially out yet, right, Ghost? You might be breaking like embargo if you do that. I'm not sure. I know that Greg Miller was streaming Madden yesterday, so I don't know if he's allowed to do that as a games journalist, but he was streaming yesterday. Thank you, Mr. Slickerius? I'm not sure, but thank you for the friend request. Really appreciate it. That's a very good question, Ghost. If someone can fill Ghost in the chat room on that one, please do. I'm not 100% sure. All right, guys, we're at 48 votes. 48 votes for 2 more votes, and I will post the results. Need 2 more votes for the poll. Thank you for the friend request, Scion420. No, I just have the early access from EA Access. I'm not sure. If you are allowed to post that. Okay, guys, that's 50. Foofy Boy says really cute. Thanks. All right, guys, let's see what the results are. Here you go, guys. Your favorite RPG series of the 4 I mentioned. Let's see. You guys, 60%. A little surprising. I thought the Final Fantasy would do a little bit better, but maybe it's because it's a Japanese RPG. You guys voted 60% for Elder Scrolls as your favorite RPG series. Thank you, Big Daddy, for the friend request. So there you go, guys. We can now do another poll if you want. If you guys have a good suggestion for another poll, please go ahead. I will open back up our other poll in the meantime, just in case someone missed it. Not even close, says New Cigar. That's right. Elder Scrolls dominated that vote there. Legitimate Stoner also called it. You very much, man. You called it way earlier. Thank you for pronouncing my name. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Mephisto, you are so cute. Thank you. Thank you also to Look, it's Mr. T. Awesome name. Thank you for the friend request. Best character poll. Best character. All right, that's a possibility. What do you guys think should be the options for a best character poll? Games. I don't know if you were in here already, but thanks for coming in. Having another suggestion for best FPS series. Guys, if you would like to call in, another for a favorite character. There's our Skype ID, guys, if you want to call in. BioWare. Ellie is a favorite character, all right? That's one possibility there. Ellie. Anybody else? Kratos. Most guys have only ignored Skyrim. Ignorance. I didn't play Skyrim either. I bought it for my brother, hoping he would play it, but he never did. And then all the stuff started coming out about the PS3 version being so so glitchy and stuff like that, and I just never jumped on. We got Mario, we got Joel, we got Ellie, we got Kratos, we got Nathan Drake. These are options for a best character, potentially, if I were to do that poll. To the person asking, I think it was Rain, I will be streaming again Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time for sure. That is our official Level Up Show live episodes on Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. But we might go live tomorrow night as well for a special spontaneous episode. I will notify you guys on Twitter if we are going live. If you want to follow us, it's right there on the TV. Twitter at thelevelupshow.com, level spelled LVL. We got Aiden Pearson there. We got Ness. We got John Marston. Joel is my icon too, says Big Daddy. Yeah, I love Joel. Love Last of Us. Haddon V says, I'm not antisocial, I'm just not user-friendly. That's fine, Haddon V. Don't worry about it, man. I'm just glad you're in here. Thank you for joining us. Warrior in White says Link. That's a very common one. How about Cloud? I'm surprised we didn't get any Clouds in there. Cole. Probably Cole from Infamous, I would imagine. Batman. Not really a video game character per se, though. Master Chief, Commander Shepard. Oh, man, there's just so many. How do I choose, guys? Thank you, Nessie Guard, man. Really appreciate that. All right, guys, I'm going to switch up the poll. It's going to be favorite character, but I've got to choose only 4. This is the problem. All right, favorite character. All right, let's go with... All right, you know what? Let's keep that to... Let's keep it to... I don't know. Let's keep it to PlayStation. It'll make me able to narrow this down a little bit. It leaves multi-platform, but specifically PlayStation. So I'm gonna put Solid Snake on there. I'm gonna put Ellie from The Last of Us. I'll put not Master Chief. I'll put Commander Shepard on there. Commander Shepard. How do you spell Shepard? Not sure. And I need one more. Sackboy, Goku, Kratos. I'll put Kratos in there. All right, so of these 4 guys, who is your favorite PlayStation character? Is it Solid Snake, Ellie, Commander Shepard, or Kratos? Sorry I couldn't get everyone on there, guys. Really sorry about that. There's so many great characters out there. I only have 4 choices. I tried to restrict it to like PlayStation or characters that are very associated with PlayStation. I consider Solid Snake to be one of them. There we go. Keep them coming, guys. There you go. Thank you for the votes. Thank you for the votes. Warrior in White says, I love Little Big Planet. So do I. Really looking forward to Little Big Planet 3. Oh, Drew, I finally bought Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, my first MGS game. It was awesome. Yeah, a little bit short, right, Daryl? But, man, gameplay-wise, just amazing. The best that Metal Gear Solid has ever been as far as stealth goes. So many options. Fofi Boy, make sure you use the interact button if you want to vote. Games says the winter chapter was so intense, man. I know. After the winter chapter, I thought the game was going to end. So once I went into spring, I was so uneasy. Like, I was on edge. I was like, oh my God, I can't get out of that. Like, that vibe I just had that was just so brutal and draining, like, and scary and just intense, as you said, that it was hard for me to bring myself back down when I went into spring, which I think was the kind of what they were going for, because when spring starts and she's looking at the deer, the statue of the deer, you know what she's thinking. She's thinking back to winter and how it all started with her hunting a deer, and everything that happened after that was so traumatizing for her. So yeah, that moment in The Last of Us is just so poignant. It's like, oh my God, how do I bounce back from this? How do I forget what just happened? Craigie Bowen says, vote to get a subscribe button on Twitch. I don't think that's up to me to get a subscribe button. I think that you guys need to start coming onto the show more often, and then Twitch will hopefully recognize that we're getting enough viewers to warrant a subscribe button. On Sundays, we get about 300 people in the room, and we actually get about 5,000 to 7,000 unique viewers on Sundays. It's really awesome, but we're still not there yet, guys. We still need a little bit more support to get a subscribe button on Twitch. Would really appreciate that, though, if you guys would help out with that. What up, says Skitties. How you doing, man? We're talking about game devs, favorite games, favorite characters, because we're trying to show our love for the games industry. I think we just got a Twitch ad, probably. Let's see. Scion420, thank you for following us on Twitch. That little ding you heard represented a Twitch follow. Thank you, Scion420, for your Twitch follow. Really appreciate that. Boyer and White says, give it time and eventually you will begin to get a lot more viewers. Yeah, we're trying our best, man. We're trying our best to support the show, put all of our stuff on YouTube, social network, on Twitter and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. We're gradually climbing in recognition, so we're getting there. We'll hopefully we get enough people watching eventually. We appreciate all your support. We really do. How much more people are you with on Sundays? We have 4 people total. We have my wife, Kristen, on my right here. We also have my co-host, Mike, who is also very knowledgeable in games like myself. And then we have our second moderator named Mark, and he's very active in the chat room with you guys as far as promoting our show and keeping you guys informed and all the different things you can follow. James Bond 3, thank you for friending me on PlayStation. I get mixed up every now and then. It's like heart, follow, like, friend. There's so many different options. You guys have a great show and a good thing going. Thank you so much, Warrior in White. Really appreciate that. Cyan420 says he's glad he found the show. I'm really glad you did too, man. We always love when new people come into the show. We love making new friends, and we remember you guys. We get a lot of callers. We recognize your voices. We remember you guys. We like talking with you guys. Thank you, Akumarma, for the compliment. Really appreciate that. Thank you again for the friend request from Green Lantern. Damn, you got a wife. Yeah, I have a wife. My wife's name is Kristen. Let's see if I can show you a picture. I might be able to show you guys a picture. Let's see. Oh, I think we got another follower. Yes, we did. CMAX123. Thank you for the follow. I like that little ding. I just set that up so it dings whenever I get a follow. Really like that. That's cool. Kristen just messaged me on my phone here saying, David, I keep getting PlayStation notifications. She's got to turn that off. Jamaica in the house. I think this is the first time. Wicked XXXF. Thank you so much. This is the first time I think we've gotten someone from Jamaica. Black Box, I love you too, man. Spyro from PS1 games was epic. Yeah, that was Insomniac, actually. Insomniac did the Spyro series, then it moved on to Ratchet and Clank, then into Resistance, and then they kind of went a little multi-platform with Fuse, and now they're actually working on an Xbox exclusive called Sunset Overdrive, which looks excellent. Really actually kind of disappointed that that's not coming to PlayStation, because it looks like a return to form for Insomniac. It looks like a game with their charm, you know, their very over-the-top satirical charm. I really like that. I think someone's asking where we live. This is New Jersey. We're streaming from New Jersey. The Level Up Show. Yeah, that's right. Exactly what we're called, guys. We're the Level Up Show. Gaming dedicated talk show on several times a week, but we have a live episode every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I remember your first show. Nice to see the show grow. J5J, I remember you, man. The first show, if you remember, was called The Bogey Show, based off of my dog, actually. All right, let's see here if I can get you guys a picture of Kristen. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Need to find a good picture of Kristen to show you guys. There you go, guys. That is my wife there in Disney World. So that's my wife, Kristen. She will be on the show Sunday. Thank you, Games, for following on Twitch. Just got that notification. Thank you so much. There it is. My little notification that you subscribed on Twitch. So cool. All right, let's go back to the poll. There you go, guys. There's the poll again. Oh, no, it reset it. You guys got to vote again. The poll got reset when I put up the picture. So now we know you can't do that. If I put up a picture, it resets the vote. Vote again, guys. Who's your favorite PlayStation character of the list? Anybody else feel like the next-gen hype was a lie? Ronnie C, I really don't, to be honest with you. Maybe the games, from a graphical standpoint, maybe there's not enough AAA yet, but I am enjoying so much the stream of indie titles. I thought Infamous Second Son was amazing. I liked Knack even. I thought Knack was a fun little diversion as like a old-school platformer. Damn, I'm trying to think what else. Well, I really liked Resogun. I thought Killzone was a really good first-person shooter. Thank you again for the friend request. We just got a friend or a Twitch follow from Mon Reader. Thank you for the Twitch heart. Really appreciate that. T-Money. What is this? I've seen you before. You know this is the Level Up Show, but we're doing a talk about our favorite game developers, our favorite PlayStation characters, our favorite games, because we want to show devs right now that we love them. We love and appreciate game devs. That's why you guys need to go on Twitter and hashtag welovegamedevs. All right, guys, go on Twitter, hashtag welovegamedevs, and maybe post it at a certain developer that you really appreciate, because they've had a rough week, to be honest with you. I'll go into it a little bit again. This past week, Phil Fish was defending a certain female developer that was getting attacked on Twitter and all those kind of things. He came to her defense, and as a result, Phil Fish got hacked. He's the developer of Fez. He got hacked. All of his personal information was put up on the internet, his bank information, his address, his phone number, his social security number, his passwords for all of his accounts, his PayPal information. Everything went on the internet. It's terrible. It's a huge blow to him, and he's trying to sell his company now as a result. It's absolutely terrible, the cyberbullying and hacking and just self-entitlement that we see in the games industry from gamers, from people that should be showing our appreciation for these hard workers. We don't do it enough. We need to show our love and appreciation for game developers. So guys, go on Twitter, hashtag welovegamedevs. Please do it. Do you think it's true that GTA will be delayed? I hope not. I mean, it looked great at E3 when they showed off that little trailer. I mean, it looked absolutely gorgeous. I would think they'll hold to their fall release. I really do think so. Taku, thank you for the compliment. I'm from Scotland. Thank you so much for coming in here, Big Daddy. That's really cool. Cabin Away, thank you for posting on Twitter with We Love Game Devs. Really appreciate that. Exactly what you guys should do. Go on there. Go on Twitter, hashtag We Love Game Devs. Have you played PT? NES Escobar, I have played PT. Blew me away. I went into it completely out of the know on what the twist was. And oh my God. Coming from somebody that loves Guillermo del Toro, you know, I love his creature effects. I love Pan's Labyrinth, and then Hideo Kojima, Metal Gear Solid is one of my favorite series. For them both to be working on what PT is, don't want to say out loud in case you guys don't know, but it blew me away. And everything, my entire 3-hour playthrough is on YouTube. So guys, if you want to see it, I thought it was hilarious. Thank you for the Twitch follow from Farico Mr. Zeus, and thank you Flaco for your friend requests. Go on youtube.com, guys. And we have our PT playthrough, or at least I should say my PT playthrough on YouTube. It's a lot of fun. Watch it. I thought it was really cool. Noesi Guard says, rumors spread of a delay, but I won't believe the hype. I'm not going to believe it until I see it for sure, man. I don't want to believe it's true. I never played GTA 5. I skipped it last generation. I was so busy with Last of Us and stuff like that I skipped GTA 5. So I can't wait. I really want to play GTA 5 on PS4. Ghost Game says Silent Hills is another reason to get a PS4. Yeah, we don't know for sure if it's 100% exclusive, but it seems like it'll definitely be timed exclusive. Thank you, Pro Gamer, for the friend request. Really appreciate that. Teku says talk about Unity. Unity is awesome because it really has opened up the game development space to so many more people. It's so easy to use, and I don't want to say anybody can be a game dev now, but it's becoming easier and easier to become one. And so many people have great ideas, dreams about the games they want to develop. And it used to be like that. It's like, oh, I guess I'll never be able to do this. Back 10 years ago, it's like, I'll just have to hope that some game developer has the same idea and they make the game. But now with certain platforms like Unity, it's becoming easier and easier for anybody to realize their dreams in gaming. Really cool. I think it's awesome. GTA 5 I can't wait to play it again. I'm guessing you said it was great. Yeah, I hear amazing things about GTA 5. Talk about God of War. I did not play Ascension. I played 1, 2, and 3. I played one of the PSP ones, and I don't think I played Ghost of Sparta, even though I heard that one's great. But I know Ascension performed poorly in comparison to the other ones, and that's because it didn't have a Roman numeral at the end of it, to be honest with you. Nuesi Guard just posted on Twitter at Square Enix with We Love Game Devs. Awesome. Thank you for doing that, Nuesi Guard. What was I going to say? But God of War, I hope they bounce back. They need to try and dodge the franchise fatigue by starting with something fresh. They need to really revitalize that series. And I don't know if that means a new character. I don't know if that means a new mythology. I'm not sure exactly. But they need to do something to revitalize God of War. Flaco says Ascension sucked. It's because they focused on multiplayer. They focused so heavily on multiplayer, and God of War has always been known for a stellar single-player campaign. Very cinematic, very visceral. I know that's a very truth. And I hope they can bounce back from Ascension. Todd Pappy directed Ascension. He, I think, has left Sony Santa Monica since then. I think that Cory Balrog, or Barlog, I think it's Cory Barlog, who made God of War 2, what is considered maybe the best God of War game. He is probably working on the next God of War for PS4. That is great news. So I think we have a lot to look forward to. So I think just hold out, guys. I think next E3 will probably be when you see whatever God of War becomes. Galan's nice table and clock. Yeah, I built this table. So thank you. Zeus Army TV, thank you for the friend request on PSN. My friend request ID, guys, if you want to add me, is DrewM1788. Level Up Show GTA private sessions with viewers. Certain games we're going to try and do Let's Play nights. Destiny is going to be one of them. Drive Club is going to be another one. So I hope when certain games come out, we will start doing more Let's Plays with you guys. Live streaming for people to see, archived on YouTube. Let's look who won. Yeah, I think it's been long enough. Unfortunately, it reset earlier, but all right, guys. Your favorite PlayStation character? Solid Snake, followed by Ellie, followed by Kratos. Hopefully you guys knew who the third one was. That was Commander Shepard. But Solid Snake won. Solid Snake is very much associated with PlayStation after the Metal Gear Solid series 1, 2, 3, and 4. Finally with 5, it's come to Xbox, but typically the Metal Gear Solid series has been very associated with Sony. Did I get the LBP3 beta? No, I did not. I did hear that it has opened up to some people, and that's really cool. I hear the create functionality is much improved over previous iterations, so that's really great. Really looking forward to seeing how the bigger depth in level can improve the levels. I'm surprised Commander Shepard only got 3%. I think it's because Mass Effect is not very much associated with PlayStation. Thank you, Iceman, for the friend request. And also, thank you once again. Really appreciate Twitch hearts. That's really big for us. So thank you, Scion, CMAX, Games, Mon Reader, and Farico Mr. Zeus. Thank you guys for your Twitch hearts. Really appreciate that. If anybody wants to go on Twitch and heart us, our URL is right on the TV right here at the top. I'll post it for you right now. There you go. It is twitch.tv/TheLevelUpShow. Fofi Boy, so Xbox or Sony? I'm more of a Sony guy. I always have been. I appreciate their catalog more than I appreciate Xbox. I like their development in first-party studios. I don't really like how Xbox buys out third-party. I don't want to make that sound derogatory. It's just their method for getting exclusive games. I don't really like that. I like that Sony invests in first parties that then develop games. I think that's a much better way to do it. Do you ever do a game setup? What do you mean by that, Flaco? Next to a racing games poll. Noisy Guard, what are you thinking in particular? Like certain games? like Drive Club, Gran Turismo, Forza, Need for Speed. That's a good one, though. I think I could do that. Let's do favorite racing game series. All right, let's do it. Favorite racing game series. I guess Spooky Boy likes Sony as well. Favorite racing game series. So I'm going to go with what I know. I know Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo. I know Forza. I'm not going to put Drive Club on here because it's not out yet. I'll put Need for Speed and I'll put Burnout. And I'm not including games like kart racers. I'm not going to include kart racers in there. There you go, guys. Favorite racing series is Gran Turismo. I got autocorrect there with Forza. Let me correct that for you guys. Hold on. There you go. Forza, Need for Speed, or Burnouts. I'm waiting for a Fallout 4 announcement. Yeah, I'm actually surprised it's taken so long. I don't think it's going to come next year at this point. I thought that it would be announced this year and then come out late next year, but since it hasn't been announced yet, I don't think it'll be next year. The only possibility now is probably maybe the Video Game Awards at the end of the year. I think that's in December typically. So it's possible. I'm sure that either Bethesda's working on it or the ones that did New Vegas might be working on it. I'm hoping that it's not Xbox exclusive. For some reason, I kind of connect Fallout with Microsoft. I don't know why that is, but to be honest with you, Bethesda really owes Sony after the disaster that was Skyrim. So maybe they'll give us Fallout 4. Maybe we'll get some exclusive content or something. Getting a wide range of answers here, I think. Let me check. All right, there is a clear winner right now, but you know, it's pretty even, though. There hasn't been a lot of votes yet. Pretty even in the polls right now for favorite racing series. Guys, if you want to call in, please do. It is Skype, the Level Up Show. Spelled exactly how it sounds. Please call in. What do you think with the work in The Last of Us Remastered? I think it looks great for a remaster. It's not a remake. The texture work is much improved. The lighting, the shadowing, the resolution, the frame rate. I mean, I think it's all you can really ask for a port like that. So I think it was really well done. I think it's a great game already. It's even better now on PS4. Anybody that did not have the opportunity to play it, I think really should now that it's on PS4. It's worth your time. It really is. One of the best games made in the last decade. Oh man, VGX was so terrible. I hope we get Video Game Awards instead. It was just, last year was so terrible. Embarrassing, to be honest. You could do a favorite PlayStation franchise. Infamous, Little Big Planet, God of War, The Last of Us. Yeah, I know there's so many. How do you choose? 30 frames per second or 60? It depends on the kind of game. If it's a very cinematic game, I'd rather them do 30 and push the graphics as far as they can go. If it's a very twitchy game like racing, fighting, first-person shooter, then do 60 frames per second. Push the frame rate. Graphics will be a little bit worse, but, you know, it's okay. I think just the cinematic games that are all about like the presentation and the graphics, like Uncharted, like The Last of Us, like God of War, even though they might hit 60 frames per second, I would be fine with them being 30 and pushing the graphics to another level. Like The Order. The Order is doing that. But I think it looks really good, actually. I think The Order 1886 looks like it could be a great game. All right, what do we got in chat room? Inquisitor says Tokyo Game Show next month. That's true. I'm really excited. I think it's in the middle of September, around there, maybe like September 19th to 21st, something like that. Man, I hope they blow us away. Shuhei Yoshida said that there's a lot to be announced at Tokyo Game Show. He said that they actually pulled some stuff from Gamescom for Tokyo Game Show. I think in particular he said like 2 big game announcements were pulled so that they could put in the new trailers for Bloodborne and The Order. So that's like 7 or 8 minutes worth of new game announcements that they took out that will probably be at Tokyo Game Show. And we just don't know a lot about what's coming out of Japan right now. So I'm really looking forward to seeing maybe updates on Final Fantasy, updates on Kingdom Hearts. God, the game that should not be named, I will say, but The Last Guardian, maybe. I pray to God that we get an update on The Last Guardian if it's finally coming to PS4. That would be unbelievable. And whatever else Sony Japan is working on. I'm sure Bloodborne will be there. So that's cool. PAX is this coming week, I think, Teku. Will you be getting Far Cry 4? I do not know. If Grand Theft Auto 5 comes out this year, I will probably focus on that. So we will see. Depends on what's coming this year. Hard to say right now. Keep voting, guys. We're still very light in the polls when it comes to favorite racing series. Did you see the new video for Unreal Engine 4? It looks real life. Says Spainline, I have not yet, but maybe we can check it out. How about it? All right, YouTube. Let's see if we can find this new Unreal Engine video. Got one from 5 months ago. Is it recent? Whoever said that? Because I'm seeing one from 5 months ago. Let's look at upload date. Let's see if there's one recently. All right, this might be it. Shooter game demo. Alright guys, this is a new shooter game demo using Unreal Engine. Is this what you were talking about? Last Guardian will come someday for the Save 5K. I'd love to see to console with mod support. Yeah, Amnesia, that was, when did that come out? That was last year, right? Big Daddy, thanks for coming in, man. Check us out Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to be wrapping up soon too, guys. Maybe another 5-10 minutes. Seems like we're losing most people right now, so probably a good time to leave in a little bit. Last Guardian for 2020. I hope not, man. I'm hoping it comes next year. This does look pretty cool, but I wouldn't say it looks like real life, but it doesn't. There's not a lot going on in this. It's just kind of blocks. PT round 2, Andrew. No, I think PT is a one-time experience. Once you beat PT once, you're done with it. Alright, Spainline says, search UE4 ArchViz. Alright, here we go. This must be what you mean. Sorry if you guys can't see that, it's a little dark. It's pretty much like an architectural demo, it looks like. Does look very real. But to be honest with you, there's not a lot going on. It's very angular edges, just texture work. Very nice lighting, very nice texture work, but there wasn't a lot going on there, so I can understand why it would look so real. Imagine if Sony and TGS said surprise Last Guardian at Xmas. I would, oh my god, I would Drewgasm. Hashtag Drewgasm. That's what I would do. Oh my god, that would just blow me away. This Christmas would be the best Christmas ever if that happened. I'm so excited for Last Guardian. I don't care how long it takes. I love Shadow of the Colossus Eco that much. I do not care how long it takes. E3 Jokers, I love you too, man. Anybody who wants to follow, please do on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook. That's our official website, thelevelupshow.com. So most importantly, I would say Twitch and YouTube. Go on twitch.tv/thelevelupshow and heart us on there. You get email notifications whenever we go live. Go on youtube.com/thelevelupshow, level spelled LVL, and please subscribe so that you can check out all of our content. We put all of our episodes, our shows, our Let's Plays, anything that we do, we put up on YouTube, and then we separate it out into parts usually that are easier for you guys to consume. So please check out all of our different sites, or if you would like, add me on PSN. I am Drew M1788. I've gotten a lot of PSN friend requests. Imagine PT with UE4 graphics. Yeah, it was already scary enough, man. That freaking game. All right, let's see. What other friend requests we got? We got 16 friend requests. Oh my god. Big Daddy, Child of Abaddon, Dutox, Flaco, Green Lantern, Iceman, James Bond 3, Look It's Mr. T, Mr. Slicarius, Pro Gamer, Scion, Skyborn, Supercrack, The Freelancer, Angry Sniper, and Zeus Armor TV. Thank you guys for the PSN friend request. Really appreciate that. What's Sunday's agenda? Sunday's agenda is to talk about all the big gaming news. We might be getting a special call from another game developer. Really cool guy, real nice guy that does mostly mobile development, some card game stuff. We might be getting a call from that guy. Not going to say for sure because it's not 100% confirmed yet. And we're going to be doing a quiz show. We will be doing a quiz show this Sunday. Not just polls, more like questions that you guys have to answer. We're going to jog your memory, see if you know the Level Up show. E3 Jokers, thank you for the friend request. All right, guys, let's check out the poll results. Not a lot of votes from this one. Here you go. Need for Speed, number 1. I'm kind of surprised, actually. Need for Speed's number 1. GFN, you have a very good chance to win on Sunday, man. GFN's been with us for a very long time. New SD Guard, we're going to test your knowledge, man. See how much you guys know the Level Up show. All right, guys, I think I should probably wrap up now. I've been on for an hour and a half, but thank you so much for coming in and joining me for a special episode to show our love for game devs. Hashtag welovegamedevs. It's a lot of fun. Once again, guys, we got to show our appreciation. We got to show our love. They don't get it enough. If anything, they get way too much hatred, way too much cyberbullying for the hard work that they put in to make entertaining, artistic work for us. They really deserve more credit than they get. So please go on Twitter and tweet at whichever developer you love the most, or many developers. You can tweet at several developers with hashtag welovegamedevs. Please do that so that we can let them know that we do appreciate them, that there's this vocal minority that they need to forget, that bullies and hacks and all that kind of stuff, forget them, remember us, the majority of the gaming group that loves and supports and appreciates your work, game developers. We really do. So, guys, this was the Level Up Show. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Andrew. Be with you again, maybe tomorrow, but definitely Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time with our full cast and crew. So again, Sunday, 10 p.m. at Eastern Time. So please, before our show goes live on Sunday, just make sure you add, heart, and like us on all our different channels right on the TV here. Twitch.tv/TheLevelUpShow, Twitter at TheLevelUpShow, at level spelled LVL, Facebook.com, like us on there. TheLevelUpShow.com is our official website. Thank you for the friend request, Habo4. The Level Up Show on YouTube, level spelled LVL. We put all of our content on YouTube for you guys to check out. So subscribe, please, on YouTube. We really appreciate that. And then finally, if you want to add me like Havo just did, I am Drew M1788 on PSN. So guys, cheers. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a good night. Take care and level up.